Welcome to the Daisy Blue Fashion Variety Show. I am Nancy Blizzard, your host, and my guest today is Brooks Luby from Brooks Limited. Welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
I'm so glad you're here.
Yes, it's fun.
And tell me about your role in fashion, how you got started.
I started when I was a very young child, interested in making clothes, and from that it evolved into going to trade school, Fashion Institute of Technology in New York City, finished at CU in art and business, came back to Denver quickly, and had my own consignment store with other designers and jewelers, and then moved to a department store here in town where I leased space from them. And then I ventured out on my own and had my own boutique in Cherry Creek North for 20 years and moved downtown to Lodo in a private atelier, which is a studio space where people come visit me by appointment only, and I pretty much custom make clothes, and every once in a while I do trunk shows and openings twice a year with my limited edition collection.
And how do you feel about Denver and the fashion scene?
It's always changing. Fashion always changes. Denver's right up there with everybody else now in the change. There's a lot of energy going on here, I think, with films, and I think with music. Fashion is part of all of that, and I think that fashion is emerging even more than it has in the past. It is exciting.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people from all over the country that land here, and their influences from where they're coming from has affected the industry. Every year I am involved with a breast cancer organization that the models are breast cancer survivors, and I choose to dress them on the runway. They model garments from what I create for them individually. And it's very rewarding to see women that have gone through a very terrifying experience, chemotherapy, cancer of any kind, but breast cancer mainly is my focus. And it's just so nice to see women get dressed in the dressing room and put on a beautiful dress and feel transformed. And I love to be part of that situation because I'm a breast cancer survivor. I'm a survivor of 28 years. And when I first got diagnosed with breast cancer, a good friend of mine, Sue Miller, reached out to me, and she was a model when she got breast cancer, and she didn't have any work. So she put together an organization where models would be able to walk the runway and feel beautiful. And I'm trying to continue that.
Oh my gosh, that's wonderful. And do you see the transformation?
Not only do I see the transformation in breast cancer survivors, but when people go into my dressing room, my atelier, they come out from the dressing room and you can just tell that they feel beautiful when they're wearing one of my garments, especially the final fitting. Breast cancer survivor, regular anybody. I mean, you can just tell they've got something special made for them, and they are elated to be wearing a unique garment that was made especially for them. Lately, I've been concentrating on the more mature woman. There's a whole revolution out there for the mature woman, because we're all living longer, we're healthier, we want to express ourselves. I am an aging woman. We want to express ourselves creatively. My clients are all pretty savvy in the fashion world, and so they do pick up trends, but the trends are appropriate for their body type more than their age type. And everybody can do what they want to do as long as they're comfortable doing it, and it's appropriate for their body types. So what's appropriate for a body type is, that's a big question. But most women are concerned about their arms, so I do a lot of garments that are have sleeves, but the sleeves are sheer, so there's an illusion of an arm, and it doesn't show your arm. The necklines are not always down to the waist. They're more appropriate. They're a little bit higher so that they're not as exposed. Skirt lengths, depending on the shape of a woman's leg, is how women express themselves. If we feel youthful, then we should dress youthful. That doesn't mean our skirts should be thigh high and our tops should be exposing our stomachs. We just are creative in the way we dress, and we're expressive. And there's a whole generation of women out there, mature women, that are expressing themselves like that. I've chosen some models today that are more mature, because I think that it's an important area that needs addressing. And like I said earlier, there's a revolution going on of women wanting to dress and stay in the know in fashion.
I think it's great.
Yeah, it's
I
fun.
really do.
It's fun. We're a lot more confident as we age, and we have a lot more sense of our own body proportions, and we have a lot more sense of style. And so that comes across in the way we dress. Nobody's telling us how to dress. We dress the way we want to.
What is your fashion style?
My fashion style is classic, lines, timeless designs. I love to use quality fabrics that feel luxurious on. I work with all my fabrics. I cut them out myself, most of them, and I make a lot of them myself, so the fabrics speak to me. I focus on party clothes, a lot of wedding dresses that are worn to weddings, ensembles, mother of the bride. I do brides as well. And gala gowns. So one of a kind and very specialized.
Oh my gosh. And what are your favorite materials?
Well, I like natural fibers. I do best with silks. I like to work with laces because the lace has a motif on it. So depending on what the motif is, I have to cut it out accordingly to making sure the motif fits into the armhole or whatever. So it's a very specific, time-consuming, but very rewarding experience to work with lace. I go to fabric shows in New York City where they have Premier Vision, which is a international collection of vendors that come from all over the world. And at the same time, there's also a domestic show. And I'm always shopping for fabric. I went to San Francisco a few weeks ago, and I had to go fabric shopping, and I bought fabric. So wherever I go, I buy fabric. It's my passion. Fabric makes the garment. If a fabric is soft and flowing, then the garment has to be cut accordingly. If the fabric is more tailored, then it has to fit better.
Wonderful. And how is your process? Do you drape or sketch, or how do you get to the final product?
All products are different. Sometimes one product is draped and then it's transferred onto paper and it's made into a pattern. And then I recut it and re-sew it, and sometimes have to tweak that particular design because draping doesn't always turn out the way a flat pattern does. So it depends on if the garment is very tailored, then a flat pattern works better. If it's a soft flowing evening gown, sometimes I drape it, sew it, and I don't have a pattern for it.
Brooks, tell me about the process when a client comes to your
Atelier. It depends on what the garment is for. A client comes to me with a vision of what she thinks that she wants. I suggest that she brings a favorite dress in her wardrobe that she might like. It doesn't have to be, it can be just the way it fits or the way she feels in it. Or she can bring me photographs, and I take those photographs and I sit in a chat and have a consultation with her about where she's going to wear the dress, what it's for, and what parts of her body does she like, what parts of her body does she want to camouflage, what colors does she like, and I can suggest what I think is appropriate for her coloring and her hair. Then I do sketches based on our conversation, and she comes back. I search fabric sources of what she thinks that she wants or what we talk about, and I show swatches. When she comes back the second time, she picks a sketch that I've done. I usually do 3 sketches. Sometimes she'll combine a sleeve with the body type of another garment, and we kind of mix the sketches, and then I take her measurements, and either she tries something on that I have in the atelier for a fit, like if she wants a tight skirt, I have a tight skirt prototype that she can try on. So that's a sample. And then I make a pattern based on what the sketch is, and she comes in and tries on the pattern. We call it a prototype. It's a muslin. It's a crummy fabric. And the fabric is used as a sample, and I can take my pen and mark it up or change it a little bit, and it's usually off-white. Sometimes I use black, depending on the final garment. And then we tweak that, and if it needs a lot of tweaking, she comes back for another fitting. Sometimes, most of the time, we go into the second fitting and we cut it in the fashion. I cut it in the fashion fabric, and she tries that on, and we tweak that, and then the final fitting is the next time around. So she can help in picking out the fabric if she wants. Some people come in and have a vision of what they think they want, but based on their body types and the fabrics that they think they want, I direct them into what would look best on their body type and with the fabric that they think they want or the color that they choose or whatever. Mm-hmm. So it's not as easy as this is what I want and I make it for them. It doesn't work like that. It's much more involved than that. I love it when a person comes to me and wants me just to make them a gown or a dress or something that looks beautiful. I like to direct them into the right fabric, and I like to hide their body flaws. I mean, we all have body flaws, so we have to raise the waistline or lower the waistline depending on if you're high-waisted or low-waisted. There's just minute little inches or centimeters that makes a huge difference. The armhole has to fit properly. There's just a lot of technical things that you can't get from a mass-produced item that is a one-of-a-kind. Although I do some garments that I'm calling limited edition garments, which are easy wear, which you'll see later. Okay. They're easy to wear, and they have my style, and they're comfortable. And since I've been in business for such a long time, women from my past keep asking me to do the easy wear collection so that they can come in and purchase something that they can add to their wardrobe as opposed to a fancy dress, because not everybody needs a fancy dress every year. I think that women, especially in Colorado, I think that women are a little bit more risque with their choices in how they express themselves at their wedding. Like if they want to wear cowboy boots, although that's a trend anyway now, but if they want to express themselves with blue shoes or cowboy boots or a hand-painted dress. I mean, I've done hand-painted wedding dresses. I've done hand-painted mother of the bride dresses. Just something different that you can't find anywhere else. I think people in Colorado are a little bit more freeing in how they express themselves. I had a bride come in last summer who couldn't find what she was looking for because she had a retro kind of feeling dress. She didn't like anything that she saw in the marketplace. She had a vision of what she wanted. We went shopping for lace. She picked out her own lace. We built a skirt with pockets. I did her headpiece. I did the whole works, which I don't always get to do, but when somebody understands what I do and understands that I can do head to toe, they go for it. It doesn't happen all the time, though.
Oh my gosh, she got the perfect dress then, didn't she?
She got the perfect dress for her perfect body type and for her venue. She was getting married in, I think, Wisconsin on a lake. The venue for a wedding always has something to do with how the dress is constructed.
Oh my gosh, I'm really looking forward to seeing your models.
First model is Mallory wearing that short little cute navy dress as opposed to black. Navy was my color of choice this season. It's a cotton spandex fabric and it's very tailored. It's got princess line seams in the front, a taffeta neckline and taffeta lantern sleeves. And if she turns around, you can see the design line of this short, cute little navy dress. You can see it skimming her body so that it shows that she has a nice figure, but it's not skin tight. And then she turns around, you can see that the hem is comes up in the front and dips down in the back.
Oh, I love that.
And it's a really comfortable fabric. It's a new fabric for me. It's like a cotton knit, but it's wearable as opposed to silk. Well, silk is wearable too, but this is much more comfortable. And you can pack, you can throw it in the washing machine, and you can pack it and travel with it. And this dress also looks fabulous with leggings. I do a lace legging in navy blue, and with boots in the fall and winter, and it becomes a whole different ensemble. It's my basic dress.
I really like that.
Thank you.
That is nice.
Thank you. So now Judith here has a two-piece ensemble. It's the same fabric. It's the Ponte spandex and cotton. I was in a mood for this one. As you see, there's a little graffiti on her right. Yes, it says truth. I felt like I was doing my truth and my joy on her collar because truth and joy were making me happy by doing this town and country collection. And it zips up the front and it's got a little peplum at the waistline. And then if she turns her, Judith, turn around, you can see that there is a little fashion on the back. So it's kind of a fun piece. You can tell that this is not mass produced. And my truth is in my joy and in my fashion. And if you notice, the sleeve also has this nice little detail for the wrist and also down at the hemline. So it's just those subtle details in my clothes that set my clothes apart from other designers. And it's classic. I mean, she could take the jacket off and wear the skirt with a white shirt. And she can go out on the town or wear it to work. And she can wear the jacket with leggings. And now here's Mary Lou. She's wearing a kimono jacket in the same fabric. And if you notice, the detail on her wrist is small little darts that keep the wrist tight. And it's a detail that the sleeve actually was too big, so that's how I made it narrower at the wrist. And then the jacket just kind of flows, and it's an easy wear jacket. These are my easy wear pieces. You could wear this with jeans, or you could wear it in the evening with a more revealing top. And the top is a newspaper print, which is from my limited edition collection. These are easy wear. They fold up almost into nothing. One size fits most, and it's very easy to wear, easy breezy. And a lot of people love this look. And then the pants are my tuxedo pant. So it's the same fabric as the jacket, but there's a little detail down the side seam, and it gives it a flair of a tuxedo. So they can be dressy, or you can wear them with sneakers.
Do you have different changes in your line?
My line evolves. It starts.
That's a better way. Thank you.
Yeah, it evolves. I start with an idea or a collection or a fabric, and I make the collection. And then when I'm done with the collection or the group of clothes or the limited edition, the last piece usually starts me for the next collection. So it's just a continuation as opposed to stop and start. I have people coming in all the time, so that even though the seasons change, my garments change. They just change subtly. A lot of things are still in the line, if you will, from a long time ago, because it's a good shape and people like it and they want to wear it. The newspaper print top is a style that I've been doing a very long time because it's classic. And my clothes are classic and timeless. And, sometimes you can put them in your closet. You get sick of wearing them. And if you put them in your closet, put them to the back of your closet. And then, a year or two later, you find it in your closet and you pull it out and it still works. Not all the time, but if you hold on to things long enough, they still work. Here's Mallory in a tulle dress for evening, where I've cut apart lace and appliqued it to the waistline, trimmed it with ribbon, and also around the neck it's trimmed with ribbon, and the lining is silk taffeta, and the tulle overlay is soft and gathered. So this is a dichotomy. It's tight on the inside, but soft and flowing on the outside, and the back has a nice detail as well. And I like ribbons hanging, as you can see. And I like the shoulder detail as well. Here's Judith in a more tailored ensemble, still a soft knit with a fitted sheath underneath and the bow. I'm kind of into bows, as you saw with Mallory and her ribbon, and then Judith with her bow. I think this is kind of like an Audrey Hepburn inspired dress. And then if you see the back, it's also nicely detailed. And this is a nice dinner dress or a gala gown, depending on the event. And the fabric is a stretch knit. The outer fabric is a stretch knit. And I love the combination of the colors. It's navy blue. It's still from the Town and Country collection. This is something that I envision a woman, if she lives in the country and has a Christmas party or something like that, she could wear it for that. So here is my ball gown skirt. It's a wraparound skirt with a bow. So there's a little theme going on here with bows. I'm attracted to bows right now. And this is a taffeta skirt, and the bodice of the top is just a V-neck bodice, but if you look very closely, you can zero in on the appliques that are hand cut out and hand stitched so that it's three-dimensional. I've taken the lace from the garment along with the taffeta from the navy blue taffeta, and I've just applied it creatively to the neckline.
Oh, that is just
And
beautiful.
then if you can find the pocket in the side seam, it's there somewhere. I forgot to tell you. There you go. Pockets are important, especially in evening wear. I think that I do wedding dresses with pockets. It's just a comfort thing, and women really like pockets. And a skirt like this enables you to carry your lipstick in your pocket. So, and then the back is just a gathered skirt, and it's long, it trails in the back so that it's longer in the back. So when she walks into a room, it's kind of an entrance maker. And here again, we've combined the taffeta with the navy blue.
Beautiful.
And I also made a sequin skirt to go with the bodice. So all these things are intermixable, but we just showed it with the wraparound skirt today. Thank you.
I love it. That's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Really is.
And I can see a tight cashmere sweater with this skirt for an at-home party at Christmas time. So, something a little more casual, but still an elegant skirt.
Absolutely beautiful.
Elegant and sophisticated. Those are my clothes. My shirt here, I also am doing bows for the more casual look. This is a limited edition cotton shirt that I've created for my clients that want something unique with little holes cut out in the sleeve so that you can see a little bit of skin, but not a lot. Very tasteful.
Very nice. Zippered up.
Zippered up so it can be a shirt jacket. So if you're going to the beach, you can unzip the shirt and wear your bathing suit underneath it. And then if you're going out in the evening, just zip it up and wear it with a pair of jeans. What a concept, right?
I love that because sometimes you just want to just throw on a light jacket. You don't want something heavy. You just want a nice light jacket. It's a beautiful color.
Thank you. Well, it's a trendy color. We're all about somewhat of a trend.
Yes. You keep track of those, don't you? Yeah,
I do.
Okay.
I study it.
That's wonderful. Yeah, that's a gorgeous shirt. I love that.
Thank you.
And who doesn't like bows? I love bows. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my bows are asymmetrical. I always do things a little off kilter. So one bow's down here and one bow's up here.
Oh. Well, tell me about your website and your blog.
Well, so I have a website that I try to show people the range of clothing that I do in the custom area, things that I've made in the past. Not necessarily will I make them again, but it shows the quality and the kind of thing that I do. I'm very active in Instagram, and I'm also active on Facebook. It's a way to communicate to the public everyday feelings and also emotions, and also to see the garments as they develop. Sometimes I show how the process is done. Sometimes I show the finished process. We also, when we do fashion shows, we have photos from the fashion shows. It's just a nice way to communicate. And keeping the website up is a difficult job, but it's really important in this industry. And I like to follow trends because I like to be on the cutting edge of the newest thing and develop it my own way. So you do see it on the internet.
How do you think fashion has been impacted with the royal wedding?
I think that everything about the royal wedding is setting a precedent for everything in fashion. I loved the way all the guests were dressed at the event. They were all tasteful, demure, and sophisticated. I thought that Meghan's dress was understated and elegant. I don't think anybody realizes what the inside of that dress looked like, the construction that went on. Everybody thought it was so simple, but I know that the inside of it had to be a masterpiece of couture work. I think that all of her bouquet, her veil, everything that she did was meaningful. I think that the British Empire has come alive because of this royal wedding. I thought that it was fabulous. I loved how tasteful the hats were, the clothes, everything about it. And I have some garments that I thought could have attended the royal wedding. It was just a great display of high fashion, tasteful, simple, elegant, timeless high fashion. Simple garments are the hardest to make because every little inch matters, every little quarter of an inch matters, what's inside the garment matters, what it's lined with matters, what it's interfaced matters, the zipper application matters, the hand stitching matters, everything matters. Simplicity is not easy to execute.
Thank you for watching the Daisy Blue Fashion Variety Show here at Denver Opie Media with my guest, Brooks Luby from Brooks Limited. Thank you for being on my show.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day.